another point here is that you can use Markdown and modifying content to organize the content in ways that you like. So for instance, if you look at the browser here, you see that there's actually not just the framework categories facet here. There's also a few others like activity context. So those are not developed, but they're meant to give an idea of what this can be. And here, let me show you how this works. So let's say that so you can see that this has changed back to activity title because I've reinitialized the toolkit. I'll show you a little later how to actually publish that change. So, but for now we are dealing with categories. So let's take a look at how this framework categories is generated. So that's actually happening in the browse folder and categories. See that there's a framework.md file, and that's a file with a special syntax. So it actually matters the header level that you're using, and that will be parsed by the toolkit to generate the taxonomy. So if, let's say, I decide to say that conduct interviews would be something that would be done in the preparation phase, for instance, and I save this, it will reload, and in preparation, the interviews are in there now. The reason why some of these other activities are not here is that because those links are not active yet. Okay, so let's just double check before saving that this browse folder and categories. See that there's a framework.md file. This was not in the context research anymore. It's not. And now if I move it back in the context research and save, context research now has the interviews in here. So you see that the idea here is that we want to try and avoid having menus or editing the database or whatnot to change the structure of the content, so that basically you can develop new categorizations that fit your the way that you think and the way that you work. You can see here, for instance, I was imagining that you could have an activity a categorization more based on activities or more based on where you are, if you're remote or on site, or the type of tool that you're going to need.